This is a song we wanted to do during this quarantine time to remind all of ourselves that that we have whatever it takes to make it. We can adapt. It's been inside of you all along. Inside my head there lives a dream that I wanna see in the sun. Behind my eyes there lives a me that I've been hiding for much too long. 'Cause I've been too afraid to let it show, 'cause I'm scared of the judgment that may follow. Always putting off my living for tomorrow. It's time to step out on faith. I gotta show my face. It's been elusive for so long, but freedom is mine today. I gotta step out on faith. Time to show my face. Procrastination had me down, but look what I have found. I found strength, courage, and wisdom, and it's been inside of me all along. Strength, courage, and wisdom inside of me. It's my jam. Behind my pride there lives a me that knows humility. Inside my voice there is a soul, and in my soul there is a voice. But I've been too afraid to make a choice, 'cause I'm scared of the things that I might be missing. Running too fast to stop to listen. Time to step out on faith. I gotta show my face. It's been elusive for so long, but freedom is mine today. Step out on faith. It's time to show my face. Procrastination had me down, but look what I have found. I found strength, courage, and wisdom, and it's been inside of me all along. Strength, courage, and wisdom inside of me. Oh, I close my eyes and I think of all the things that I want to see. 'Cause I know now that I've opened up my heart, I know that anything I want can be. Oh, so let it be. So let it be. So let it be. So let it be. Yeah. It's been inside of me all along. Strength, courage, and wisdom. It's been inside of me, yeah, all along, all along, yeah. Courage and wisdom. It's been inside of me all along, yeah. Inside of me. This is for my single brother struggling. This is for my young brother hustling. This is for my sons and my daughters, mothers and my sisters, brothers and my fathers. Though some days may catch you crying, we just gotta keep on trying. This is a song for you.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to today's Open Heart Spiritual Center service. Let's take a moment and just take a breath in with me. And release this breath. Let's take another breath in. And release. And one more. And release. And as we release this breath, we release whatever has come before this time. Just set it aside, let it be. If you choose to return to it later, then that is your choice. But choose here, be present, right here and right now. And I just give thanks for this day. I give thanks for all who participate in this day. I give thanks for each and every single one of you that are joining us on this day, this beautiful day, this loving day, this day filled with peace, promise, and potential, and knowing the infinite wisdom that is within me, the infinite wisdom that is within each of you, right here and right now, is the divine oneness that we are all share, that we all are encompassed by, and that we are all here gathered right here, right now, in that divine one mind, that isness, that allness that ever is present within each one of us. And I am so grateful for this time together. I'm so excited about the service, and get excited with me and join me in this excitement, and knowing that today is the day that we hear this message, and this message is going to just open us up to be even greater than we were before we began today. And so now I just give thanks for this time, and I release and let it go. Let the celebration begin. And so it is.
What comes from the heart reaches the heart. Good morning and welcome to our Heartstream for this Sunday, November the 2nd, the first Sunday in the month of November. Thank you so much for joining us for our Heartstream. We appreciate each and every one of you for the support that you give us, for the things that you do to make this Heartstream possible. Today, we want to remember many people in this nation, in this country, who are affected by the government shutdown that continues. Now, also, we know the uncertainty around SNAP benefits. So many people, despite the rhetoric and other things there, so many people who depend upon it, people who are not freeloaders, who are not lazy, but people who are just trying to make it, just trying to get by, and the uncertainty and the food insecurity that is a part of that. We want to continue to remember them and to do the things that we can do. There are a number of places that are accepting donations, both donations of food, cash contributions, financial contributions, whatever else we can do to help other people. It becomes vitally important that we do this. It's unfortunate that we are in this time of political gamesmanship and people's actual lives are being affected by it. It goes far beyond the kind of rhetoric that we hear. It touches lives, and unfortunately, it touches lives in some very destructive and mean ways. So we want to remember that. We want to do what it is that we can, as many forces and many groups are pulling together to stand in the gap. But we know that there's a lot of work to be done, and there are a lot of needs that unfortunately will likely go unmet during this time. There are things that we have coming for us in store for the month of November. We just had a wonderful church anniversary celebration on last Sunday at Unity Christian Church. It was 73rd anniversary. Some of you that came from Open Heart, appreciate you being there. We had a powerful, joy-filled, dynamic worship celebration. And then we had just some wonderful food. It was a great time for fellowship. We had just so much that happened there, and the energy is still reverberating in the place. I was there yesterday morning for our yoga class, and during that class, there was you could still just feel the energy in the building, and people were still talking about it during the class. Just so much going on. I'd like to ask you to continue to remember those people who are on our prayer list. We continue to hold the space for them, continue to know the things for them. And each and every one of you, I send out my feelings of love and care for each and every one of you. And as always, I greet you, I bless you, I see God in you.
Our affirmation for the month of November: let go and grow. I release all thoughts and patterns that no longer serve my highest good. I welcome new spiritual understanding that renews and transforms me. I let go and I grow in the image and likeness of my Creator. Amen, Ashe, and so it is.
Today is a day like no other day. Just think and you'll know that it's true. Days like today should be holidays. So I'm singing this message to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Just have a happy day.
There are several ways to give to Open Heart: through our Cash App at OHSC901, online at OHSC901.com, or text the word GIVE to 615-422-4290.
A powerful way to start or continue your day is with our daily prayer call. Each morning at 8 a.m. Central Time, a prayer team member provides an inspirational reading and an affirmative prayer. Join us at 901-586-8755.
I am fit to thrive in 2025. Together, let's get our bodies, minds, and spirits aligned for the fall and winter seasons. Our instructor is P.A. Bomani, better known as Coach P.A., the founder of Stretch Chocolates. During the month of October, we will begin at 9 a.m. And remember, it's $10 per person per class. Come out and improve your strength, balance, and flexibility. Hope you will join us. Hey, if you're in the Memphis area, each week you're invited to come out to Unity Christian Church, 3345 McCorkle Road, to join us for our Sunday celebration. This isn't just about John speaking, but it's about an opportunity for two powerful, wonderful congregations to come together. That's right, because we have people from Open Heart who join in singing, who work as platform assistants, and other things that happen on those Sundays. And if you're here, it's an opportunity for you to come out and to share with us. If you're not able to be here in person, you can always stream with us at Unity Christian Church, both on the Facebook page and on the YouTube channel. Hope to see you soon.
And to all humanity, we can stay inspired. We let it wash over us. We let it make us kinder. We let it make us better. We let it be. We let it early in the morning. We let it hold us together. We let it now and forever. We let it be. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the Lord wash over us. We let it be. We let the rain wash over us. We let it be. We let the peace wash over us. Oh, we let we let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the love wash over us. We let the love, oh, we let it be.
Let go to grow. I think about my freshman year in college. My first roommate back then was a guy by the name of Don. He preferred the title Disco Don, as a matter of fact, because he was fancied himself to be a DJ. He had DJ'd around, and that was a part of what he did. And Don also had this knack for fashion, if you will. If some of you might remember back in the day, the Flag Brothers, so the catalog that sold the clothes that people would see in different magazines like Jet and Ebony. And he wore those types of clothes. The only problem was that by the time we had gotten there where we were in college, it was really at the end of the disco era for the most part. It was also the fact that those clothes, while back in the day, they were fashionable and they meant something, they didn't quite mean the same or appear the same as they had in the past. I can remember the fact that he had, for example, this one jacket. It was a short waist length jacket that had, fake fur around the bottom of it, and he had some bell bottom pants. It was all plaid, but also had that fake fur around the bottom of that. And while he thought that he was fashionable, while he thought that it meant something and that people were really entertained by that, they were entertained in the wrong way. As a matter of fact, I recall one particular night where several of my friends who had maybe a little too much to drink came to my room. And as we were sitting there talking, and one of them said they had seen him the other day with a particular outfit on. And before I knew it, they had opened his closet door and they were going through the clothes that he had, and they were, making fun of them and making comments that weren't so complimentary about them and all. But he was an example of someone who had been stuck in the past. He had been stuck in what were his glory days. And I understand that to a certain extent, but it was one of those things where when we get stuck in the past, there's certain things that can happen to us. How, not knowing how and learning how and practicing letting go of the past, letting go to grow, how that can happen for us. In the 19th chapter of the book of Genesis, we hear when morning dawned, the angels urged Lot, get up, take your wife and your 2 daughters who are here, or else you will be consumed in the punishment of the city. But he lingered. So the men seized him and his wife and his 2 daughters by the hand, the Lord being merciful to him, and they brought him out and left him outside of the city. When they had brought them outside, they said, flee for your life. Do not look back or stop anywhere in the plain. Flee to the hills, or else you will be consumed. But Lot's wife behind him looked back, and she became a pillar of salt. And this is pure symbolism if there ever was. Sometimes our emotional nature, I'm going into a metaphysical interpretation of this, sometimes our emotional nature, Lot's wife, cannot resist indulging in nostalgia, looking back regarding the past, even though that past was mostly negative. We think about the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. And I think parenthetically it's important to say, because oftentimes we hear the interpretation that Sodom and Gomorrah were destroyed because of homosexuality, and that's far from the case. Although I know that a lot of fundamentalist people and people who are literally take the Bible literally, that's the thing that they advance and one of the things they like to pull up. But the real reason why those 2 cities were destroyed was because of lack of hospitality towards strangers. Because in that day for the Hebrew people, that was what in anthropology we call an elaborating metaphor, the idea of being kind to and welcoming the stranger. And there's so many customs and traditions that were a part of their practices that reinforced that. And when the visitors to Lot found themselves without being treated with hospitality, then that was when the whole idea of destroying those 2 cities became a reality. It had nothing to do with that. And I think that's important to say, to correct that error, to help people to understand this, because it's something that has been going on for so long, and it has hurt and destroyed the lives of so many different people. The characterization here. But here we look at this, that this whole idea of looking back, the angels told them not to look back. A bad habit, the nostalgia for the past very often. And we hear those kinds of things even today, the rhetoric about the past, about making America great again. Great for whom? But anyway, I digress. But see, this could be a pattern, a result in programming that brings about unhelpful thought patterns into the subconscious. Some of these unhelpful patterns even become crystallized. The metaphysical meaning of becoming a pillar of salt. Programming, the whole idea of programming is heavily used. If we think about it today and acknowledge the fact is that it's just a handful of media companies that program, again, there's that word, and control what we see and hear. And they do it so much and they do it so often and unfortunately do it so well that the particular narratives that they are now advancing become ingrained in our minds. Here in Memphis, we saw that this week. There was, fortunately, a backlash, but one of the restaurants in town closed. And the owner inside, and it's one that had been around for a number of years, and the owner inciting the reason for the restaurant closing had said one thing as he was talking to the media, but on the website, the reason cited for the restaurant closing was civil unrest in Memphis. Civil unrest in Memphis. And then the backlash came because so many people pointed out the fact that there is no civil unrest here. Even though we know what we've heard, we know some of the reasoning behind bringing all of the federal forces and other things here to this city, there is no civil unrest. There was no civil unrest. And people rightfully pointed out that the same company that owned the restaurant, just not even 2 blocks away from it, also owned another business that is still running, that is still operating. And the matter of fact that within that immediate area of the restaurant, there are 30 other restaurants that are still open, that are still thriving. There are even some new restaurants coming into spaces that are there. But that was the narrative that has been advanced by the news media, and the narrative that he picked up on and used it. And there are a lot of people that, co-signed all of that and joined on and joined in to that. But we ultimately know. But it's no surprise again when we start talking about programming, because I know I had a friend who did an experiment. She downloaded all of the news apps for the local news stations, news outlets here, and she had alert on her phone for each of those apps. And she talked about the constant flood of stories that came in about crime, about discord, about killings, about mayhem, all of those things that were constantly being fed there. And she said she had to finally just stop and remove all of them. It was just an experiment. But she said, no wonder people are walking around scared. No wonder the narrative for many people is just how dangerous this community is. And because of that, the idea of doom, there's even a term that we use for social media with all of those things people call doom scrolling, and how doom scrolling can be detrimental to us. So the question is, how do we remove these crystallized, unhelpful thought patterns? Because you see, it's necessary to clear the field. And we as truth students recognize and realize that a part of that is by doing affirmations, using affirmations and denials. And I'm going to talk more in the coming weeks about affirmations and denials, particularly about the idea of denials, because I know that when I first started learning these things, that I had a problem or an issue in some ways with the whole idea of denials, because of the idea that I learned to not talk about those things that you don't want. But it's important that we do that, and there's a particular process and a particular way in which we go about doing those things. But it's necessary to clear the field, if you will. Just think about a calculator, or we can even go back, since we talked about old school, an adding machine. And one thing that we know with those is that when you want to enter some new data into that, you have to make sure that the old data that might have been there has been cleared. You press the C in order to clear it. Otherwise, your new data won't be accurate. It won't be correct, because the old stuff we didn't get rid of. You didn't get rid of, and it's still there, and it interferes with whatever new information, whatever new calculations it is that we need to make. And when we understand this, that we have for us a spiritual faculty, which we are celebrating and recognizing this month, that allows us to do just that, allows us to clear the field, if you will, to clear that old data. And that is the power of renunciation or elimination, the ability that enables us to cleanse and purify the whole being. You see, we tend to focus on affirmations and we consider denials as negative, but denials and renunciation are just as important. As Charles Fillmore reminds us, it is just as necessary that one should learn to let go of thoughts, conditions, and substances, and consciousness, body, and affairs when they have served their purpose and one no longer needs them, as it is that one should lay a hold of new ideas and new substances to meet one's daily requirements. Therefore, it is very necessary that the eliminative faculty be quickened in one, and a right balance between receiving and giving, laying hold and letting go be established. If we think just for a moment about elimination in the context of our bodies, it's necessary. Elimination is a necessary process, a necessary function in the digestive process. We take things in. We take food in. We take drinks in. We take them into our bodies, and our bodies absorb them and use the things that are useful to us, the things that we need. But also, it then eliminates those things that we don't need. It gets rid of them. And if it stops, we're in trouble. If that elimination doesn't happen, we're in trouble. I had a friend who we used to talk frequently, and he'd always inquire about my family, and I would inquire about his family. And when I would always ask, well, how's your family doing? He had the same response. He would say, everybody's doing all right. Everybody's still going to the bathroom. And he would chuckle about that. And then he'd say, when that stops, you're in trouble. And indeed, we know that if the process of elimination stops, we are in trouble. So if the body is going to continue to receive nourishment, the channel of elimination must be kept open. We have to learn to release. Because see, again, clinging to the past can be to our detriment. There's a story, there's debate as to how true it is, but I think that, whether it's true or not, there's truth in it. And the truth is this, and the story is this. There a group of monkeys that people living in a particular village were constantly being harassed by the monkeys, and the monkeys were too fast. Every time they tried to capture them so they could take them someplace else, so they stopped being harassed by them, but they were just too quick. And but there was a person who noticed that they had a particular nut that they favored, that they liked to take and consume. And he came up with the idea one day that he would take these glass bottles, create these glass bottles with these long, slender necks and a heavy bottom to them. And what would happen is that the openings were large enough for the monkey to extend his arm down into the bottle to get the nut, because they put the nut in the bottom of the bottle. But once it grabbed the nut, if it tried to pull its hand out, its hand couldn't get out, only if they let go. But to the monkey's detriment, they were not willing to let go because they got something, so they were clinging to it. So they became easy to capture because of their not letting go. And very often we have certain ideas and thought patterns and beliefs and everything else that we are so keen about holding on to, that we're so keen about continuing, even though we know and we begin to learn that it's ultimately to our detriment and not to our best interest, but not letting go. And when that happens. And so in the same way, again, the channels of mind power must be kept open to receive greater ideas, wisdom, creativity, inspiration, through releasing old ideas and unhelpful thought patterns, because they only serve to pull us away from our knowledge and our awareness of who we are, our divine identity. Reverend Ike says that we stagger in the proximity of our divinity. And all I'm saying is, it's time to get steady. Linda Martella Whitsett says, when we release our belief that I'm only human, we uncover our divine identity that has been intact all along. We do not have to acquire divine identity. We only release a limited sense of self, our finite self, to reveal our infinite self. Right thought, release, unforgiveness, self-criticism. Release all of those things and move to right thought. There's a song that we sang, and I know that for a long time during this Heartstream, we would sing that song, we would play that song, but it starts out with, there was a time in my life I used to think that I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know that the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know that the love of God was at hand. But now, all I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling to make it through to another day, you've got to let go. You've got to let go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggles, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. My admonition to you today is to learn how to let go to grow. Let go of those patterns of thinking that no longer serve you. Let go of those ideas whose time has come. Let go of those things that will hold you back. Let go of that sense of smaller self so that you can rise into your sense of larger self. Let go of all of those things. Let go to grow. Amen. Ashe. And so it is.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you gotta let it go, let it all go. And this is what you have to say: I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for